Hey witches, I wanted to do this video in my temple so I could show you some of the stuff that I have that goes along with this, but I cannot because I currently have 4 curses being laid down in that room, and I'm not going back up there because I've already saged myself today like 3 times. So there's doom candles galore going on right now. Luckily they're almost done. After tonight they should be finished. So hopefully after that I'll be able to get back to my regular videos. But if you want curses, let me know. 3 of these are mine though. Normally they're not, but some people did something they should not have done. So I got to use my Don't Fuck With Me oil for the first time. So I'm excited, and I'll let you guys know what happens to these people in about a lunar cycle, and I think that it's going to hit them really hard. And it is a just curse. So don't think I'm just cursing people for the hell of it. And one of them is for a client. Yes, I will lay down curses for you if I feel they are just. So I will do that. But I would rather do happy spells for you, so I will also do those. So anyway, I've been watching a lot of these manifestation gurus, and I did the video on manifesting and how it connects to magic and what we do and how it's so similar. And the more and more I watch it, the more and more I'm convinced that a lot of these people practice some type of witchcraft, because they're basically doing witchcraft without tools. They've basically figured out our secret, that all you need is you to bring about whatever you want. And it's just a trip. So I thought that we would talk about how to remain in the states that you need to remain in order to attract the things that you want to attract, and keep the things away that you don't want to attract. So I put a little picture of a sad little broken heart on the screen. We're going to talk about what you attract when you're sad. What kind of things do you attract when you're sad? When I'm sad, I always end up having something happen to my car. Even though my car is protected, that doesn't mean that it's, protected all the time. I'm still going to attract things without meaning to, because there's so much energy. And when I'm pissed off or when I'm sad, that energy, especially the grief that I've had lately, is insane. And it attracts just all kinds of horrible things to me that I have to do things to get rid of, and it's just so much better to stay in a high vibration. So what I want to give you is a few tips. I think I picked 13 like I usually do. Just a few things that you can use, and I might even give a couple of little tips at the end and link a couple of videos for you. But it's so important that you stay happy and positive to attract luck and manifest the things that you want faster, because like attracts like. It is true. It has always been true, and it will always be true. That does not mean that if you do one bad thing, everything bad is going to happen to you. That's not what I mean. I mean, you need to stay in a happy and positive mood, not just be happy for a little bit, but try to stay that way as much as you can. And if you feel yourself starting to vibrate at a lower level, do some of these things that I'm going to tell you. So the first one that I find to be the easiest way to make myself get better is to do one thing. And that is to simply smile. Just smile. Don't force a smile and look like a crazy person, but just genuinely smile. Close your eyes. Think about someone you love or a happy memory. Try not to pick someone who's dead, because that doesn't work half as well. It might for you, it doesn't for me. Think of someone who's alive on this earth that you maybe see every day, like your child, your spouse, your best friend, a family member, your entire family, or even a memory, of a vacation you took, something that makes you smile. and smile and try to hold on to that smile. And if you catch yourself not smiling, just try to put it back on your face. You're gonna feel happier just by smiling. Plus, you're not gonna have, that yuck look on your face, and you're gonna draw more positive attention. And it's just good to smile. It's healthy for you. It reduces your stress, and it helps you to feel happy because you're smiling. So, really easy thing to do. You can also look for the silver lining in situations, no matter what they are, no matter how bad they are. Try to find the silver lining, because there is one there. Everything happens for a reason. I don't know why some of the stuff that happens to us is so messed up. I feel like the stronger the witch, the stronger the tests we're given, and we have to overcome those challenges. And when we do that, we become stronger witches. We become stronger human beings. We just become better. But the struggle is real sometimes, getting through these challenges. But look for that silver lining, because it is there. It is there. And when you lose someone to a death, I guess the silver lining in that is that they don't have to suffer anymore. That can be your silver lining in death. I can't think of any other one unless it was someone horrible that died. But just try to keep your vibrations up. Try to keep try to keep vibrating at that high frequency by having a positive attitude just all the time, okay? Try to smile. Try to smile. Find that silver lining. And journal it down if you need to. If you're really going through something, journal down what's happened to you. Why do you think it happened? What are the things that you think you can get out of it? What are some changes that you can make? It might be related to a spell that you did. Maybe the spell is unfolding, and it's just unfolding in a way that you're not expecting, because that is how magic works a lot of the time. So don't be afraid of things that are going on, in perfect love and perfect trust, right? Don't forget that. If you're a witch, you have to live by that. You have to remember that. You have to trust in the universe, and you have to trust in yourself, and you have to love yourself, and you have to love the universe. You have to do those things. You have to. So do it. So, the second thing that I put, that you can create yourself like a little lucky charm or a little talisman, and then you can take that talisman, and instead of it just being, a protection amulet, you can take a talisman and you can consecrate it into whatever you want to consecrate it into. It can even be a crystal on a chain, in the little net thing, not a chain, but in the little net. It can be I love my Seventh Pinnacle of Jupiter talisman. I love it. It could be even an oil diffuser with your favorite oil that makes you happy, whatever. Just take it and then imbue it. Spend some time with it. Imbue it with that intention of happiness, and then wear it, or even carry it with you if you don't want to wear it. But I always suggest wearing it, because you don't lose it, and then you can always, grab onto your necklace. I'm always holding on to my talismans when I'm feeling any kind of way, and I get comfort from those. So the next thing that you can do is say your affirmations. Say your affirmations. Say your affirmations. I'll link the ones that I've made for money and the self-love affirmations below. I might even make a new list also, but those are pretty good, and they cover pretty much everything. Pretty much. So do those. Say those affirmations. When you get up in the morning, say them. I think what you should do, I've said this before, is stand in front of the mirror and say them while staring at yourself in your own eyes. Because when you can speak into your own eyes while staring into your eyes and tell yourself these things and mean these things about yourself, they go into your brain, and into your subconscious, and they become part of your DNA if you say them enough. So keep saying them. Don't just do it for a week and then stop. Do it every day, and if you get sick of the same ones, switch it up. You can find tons of them online. You can make up your own. If you want me to come up with some for you, let me know. I'll be happy to. But say, even if it's just 3, just say your affirmations. That's going to keep you, it's going to put you in that right mindset first thing in the morning and then carry you all throughout the day. And another thing you can do in the morning too that just popped into my head is to make some tea, whatever kind of tea you like, even coffee, and then stir it clockwise and give it the intention of happiness for the day. Just stir it slowly, speak aloud your intentions into the cup. Continue to stir it, and then when you feel that it's ready, drink it, and then enjoy your day. And then if you have some tea leaves left, you could read those if you want. If you're into that, that's always fun to do too. But you can also do that in the mornings too. But the mornings are really good for this because your mind is in a state that's not completely asleep nor completely awake. So it's a perfect time to access the area of the brain that you need to access in order to really cement these affirmations into your DNA, to make them part of you. That's why it's good to do them in the morning. It's also good to do them like an affirmation meditation as you fall asleep. You can do that too. There's so many on YouTube. Just pick one and do it. And I love to do that. If I've had a stressful day, I'll listen to just a guided meditation and pick one that I like and just fall asleep listening to it. Or if I'm feeling fun and I want to go somewhere, I'll do an astral travel one and then do that because that's fun too, and that's going to make you happy too. Just be careful. Don't go astral traveling if you are stressed out and depressed and going nuts. Don't do that. Don't do that. You might have an egregore follow you back or bake one. Don't do that. So anyway, for the 4th one, I put pay it forward. Nothing makes me feel better than when I can help someone else. There was a lady at the grocery store about 2 weeks ago, and one of the co-workers, I may have even told you guys this, I can't remember, but I'll tell you anyway. But she had lost her money. One of her co-workers, she had just gotten paid and cashed her check, and one of her co-workers had taken all of her cash out of her wallet. She had not a penny in her purse. And I happened to have a $20 bill that I was going to just spend on some lottery tickets. I was going to get like $25 tickets or something. And not $25 tickets, that doesn't make sense. $21 tickets. And instead of doing that, I just walked up to her, said, "You're taking this," and I just crammed it down in her purse, and then I walked away real fast, and I said, "Bye, have a good day." And she started trying to chase me down to give it back, and I said, "No, please take it. I've got it available to give to you. Please accept it. I wish I had more cash. I would give you more." She said, I wouldn't take more, but I'm so appreciative of this. Thank you so much. And she was so grateful, and it was just $20. And it made her day, but it made my day too because I was able to help someone. So if you're able to help someone, do it. It makes you feel good. It gets you, it raises your vibrations. It raises their vibrations. It raises the vibrations of the people that are watching it happen. It's just good to do. And if you can't do it financially, what you can do is you can help people in need or animals in need by volunteering, donating items, picking up trash, cleaning up the beach, recycling, helping your elderly neighbors with their groceries, helping people at the grocery store with their groceries. And then if you can actually financially donate, choose charities that really matter to you and even possibly your patron deity and donate to those charities. donate to those charities, because it's important that we donate to those charities, but make sure it's not a shitty charity that's just going to take your money and waste it. So for number 5, I put choose a crystal that you feel a real connection with, and then program it to keep you calm and positive. So you would take your crystal. I recommend that you use selenite, celestite, or even citrine for this. But I would say for this one, if I were going to do this one, I really can't with my specimen because it's so big, but I would use celestite for this. Celestite has this crazy energy that's just this really healing, emotionally healing energy. It's really good. If you don't have any celestite, you should get some. It's beautiful too. It's a really beautiful blue. I've shown it to you guys in a haul before, but you can also use citrine. It's also a mood booster, but I feel like celestite is just the best one for this. But if you can't find it, or if it's too expensive, because it is a little expensive, you can use citrine or selenite or any stone that you're connected with, because you're going to program it anyway with what you want it to do. Just make sure that the properties do line up. Don't use something completely unrelated. Make sure it's something that has something to do with keeping your energy high, or your vibrations high. One other thing you can do with crystals is you can make a crystal grid. And if you're making a crystal grid for happiness, you want to use clear quartz, rose quartz, and citrine. And then just start in the middle and then go out and then make your grid. Make it, what feels right to you. And then once you have your grid, don't just set it and forget it. When you're building it, you have to take time. You have to take time when you're building a crystal grid. There's a bunch of videos. I'm not going to make one on that because there's so many. I'm trying to put stuff out there that I haven't found but anybody else do before, just because it's boring to watch the same videos over and over and over and over. But just find a crystal grid video. But you do want to use those 3 crystals for this grid if you're wanting it for happiness. So do that. But then once you've set it up properly and it's ready to go, don't just leave it somewhere to let it sit around and look pretty. Sit with it. Sage the room. Light some incense. Light your favorite color candle. And then just sit there in front of the grid, and just work with the grid and absorb the energies. And just, once you feel yourself feeling the happiness and feeling better, even stay a little longer, maybe even go into a short 5-minute meditation and just let your mind go, and then get yourself grounded and centered, and then happiness is back, because you don't want to go through life mad. You don't. I've been struggling a lot with that since I lost my mom. It is so fucking hard for me right now. And I've had to do a lot of this stuff. That's the main reason I'm sharing this, is because, it's so easy to attract things. The sadder you are, you're going to attract more sad things. And I don't want any more sad things. So I've been trying to be as happy as possible. So I want you to be as happy as possible too, so you can keep attracting all these wonderful things and not the bad things. So another thing you can do, you can make a happiness mojo bag. There's no rules for this. You just get whatever color bag you want. I'd probably pick my favorite color. If I was going to make a happiness one, I just have my money one that's gold. And I never show it because it's secret. But it has things in it for financial abundance and things like that. But you wouldn't put those things in there. You would put things that make you happy in there. Maybe some crystals that you really like. Just don't mix too many energies. Maybe some lavender, some jasmine, some chamomile, some rose petals. Don't forget to give it some breath. Breathe into the bag. Give the bag life daily. whisper into the bag what you want it to do. Whisper your intentions into the bag and just keep feeding it. Keep feeding it, whether you're feeding it with intent or actually putting stuff in it. Whatever you're going to do, you can actually even put a lodestone in there and just program the lodestone to attract happiness instead of money, because usually we use lodestones for money in mojo bags, but you could use it for happiness. And then get the maybe pink magnetic sand, maybe pink or maybe yellow, and then feed the lodestone the sand. But the intent is happiness. It's not wealth for that bag. So just make sure that you're very clear on the intent of the mojo bag. And when you have the mojo bag, keep it with you. Keep it charged. Make sure you put it under full moons. And make sure that the intent is keeping you happy. The intent of the bag is to keep you happy. Very important. Let's see. For the 7th one, I put down that you could draw yourself a nice happy bath. Of course, I did this last night. I did just a very random bath that I'd never done before because I had several things I wanted to take care of. So I just went on a herb hunt, gathered what I needed, used my intuition, made a wonderful bath, and it was wonderful. I said wonderful twice, sorry. But it was great. It was just what I needed. But decorate your tub with things that you want to, that make you happy. I do sell a mix that comes in a black drawstring bag that you would just throw into the bath with you, or even use it to make a hot tea and put that in there. That's available. It's just a mix of herbs. It's just cheaper than buying them all separate. But you can put that in there or just put whatever in there. Lavender's good. Lavender's very calming, very peaceful. But it's hard to get out, so make sure that you put it in some kind of bag. That's why I like having mine in little sachets already. Just plop them in and go. But the baths are good, but don't use 50 candles around your tub, please. It doesn't make you more witchy. It just makes you wasteful. And if you remember, I'm referring to that silly video that silly article that we read the other day that said that you get extra witchy points for using candles all around the tub. It's so stupid. Anyway, so for number 8, I put that you can perform a glamour or a self-love spell. You can do that anytime. It's especially important to do that if you're starting to feel that you do not feel like you have a high self-esteem, or you do not feel good about yourself. You want to do that kind of stuff. Those things are important. I'm not saying put a love spell on someone else. A love spell on you, from you to you. Okay? And there's tons online. I've done a couple of I showed you how to make the self-love oil. I don't know if I've shown you a ritual yet. If I haven't, I will try to do one as soon as I can get all of the curses out of that room and get that room nice and cleansed one good time. Again, before I go in there and sit for a long time and do any other type of magic in that room. So those are great to do. And of course, glamours are not going to make you change your hair color like in the craft, even though that'd be cool, but they are helpful for your psyche. And that's our whole point with all this stuff, is so that you can have high vibrations, you can vibrate at a high frequency and continue to attract things of the same frequency. So for number 9, I put that you can spend time outdoors. It's very hot where I am right now, so I'm not doing a lot of this, but I do like to go out at night and enjoy the lightning bugs, and pretty soon we'll be doing the water park and stuff because it's going to cool down a little bit. But spend time outdoors as much as you can. Bike, garden, beach, hike, ride a horse, whatever you want to do. Get outside, the sun. Like I said in my sea witching video, I'll link it below in case you haven't seen it, because it is good for summer. Sorry guys, I had to have a sip of my drink. Hope it didn't sound gross, but I will link the sea witching video because it has some cool ideas to do if you are going to the beach, and it's a cool video. So let's see. Another way that you can spend time outside, I put this last, but I'm going to say it now since I'm talking about outside. You can moonbathe. It's the perfect weather right now to put on your swimsuit, put your lounge chair in your backyard, and lay under the next full moon. You should do that. You should do it, especially if it's clear. Just get out there and do it. You put your tools out there. Why not put your most important tool out there? You're going to put a crystal out there. Put yourself out there. When you're out there, you're absorbing the divine goddess energy. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Moonbathing, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, what I was going to say about the sun, about the sea witching video. I remember why I mentioned it now. Before you put on your sunscreen, get a little bit of actual sun rays onto your skin first. Okay, I'm not saying get skin cancer. Put some sunscreen on, but before you do, get at least, around 5 minutes of sun, and then get all your sunscreen on. Anyway, if you moonbathe, you don't need sunscreen, though. All you got to do is just lay there and chill. Just relax. What I like to do is lay on a lounge chair, put a towel under me. I do go skyclad normally because my backyard is fenced in, and my old neighbor, if she sees me naked, I don't care because she's mean. And my husband accidentally set her yard on fire today with fireworks, but we put it out. But anyway, that's besides the point. It was 4th of July. We were not crazy, but yeah, you can do it nude, skyclad. It's just more magical doing it that way, and more of your body's exposed, and more of you, you're able to absorb more of that divine goddess energy. Also, you can practice mindfulness with the moon and with just the sky, because you're in that moment. You're so caught. You're just in that moment. Nothing else is going on. And if you want to even take it a step further, you know what I'm going to say. You can go into a quick 5-minute meditation under the moonlight. Really special, really special. And a lot of really advanced witches, that's what they're doing on full moons. They might do a working or two, but they're mainly just enjoying the energy of the moon, and maybe drawing down the moon, maybe making some moon water, because everybody likes moon water. Maybe charging some tools and stuff like that. But most of our tools have been charged so many times. By the time 20 years go by, you're doing other things with the moon by now. And if you haven't drawn down the moon, try to do that. Try to do that. And if you're afraid to do invocations, you really shouldn't be afraid of Selene. You shouldn't. I consider the full moon to be Selene. I do. But it's really not a threatening energy at all. It's really not. So I really don't feel like that should be an invocation that you should be afraid of at all. And you already have a relationship with the moon because you're a witch. So you don't really have to form a relationship first. You can, and it'd be easier. But drawing down the moon is awesome. And remember, whenever you invoke, you hold on to a piece of that energy permanently. That's the point. That's why you do it. So you can also do what makes you happy. So simple. do something that makes you happy. If you're broke, do something free that makes you happy. If you've got a little bit of money, do something that's cheap. Just find something that makes you happy. Find something that puts that smile on your face, whatever it may be. If it's watching some stupid Pauly Shore movie. I say that because for some reason my husband had on Pauly Shore the other night and I was very confused. But just find something that makes you smile and laugh. Laughter is wonderful. Even better than smiling. Put on some comedy. If you want a good comedian, Josh Wolf. Hilarious. So, make yourself laugh, make yourself smile. You can also play. Play. If you have kids, play with your kids. If you have, friends your age, play. We can play games with friends. We got games we can play, Just find things that you like. Go on vacation. Just find something that you can do. Find something you can do that just is playful and something that you don't do every day. Maybe you do play with your kid every day. I play with mine every day, and it never gets old. Try to play different things, though, because it does get kind of boring when we're doing the same thing every time, which we hardly ever are because she's very imaginative. But just try to do those things because like attracts like. And I can tell you from personal experience, before I even laid down these curses, they have nothing to do with the negativity that I have been attracting because I am feeling so negative. And I have tried everything I can think of. I just am having a really hard time with this grief. They've actually diagnosed it as grief depression now. And I don't want to take the medication because I'm afraid it's going to interfere with me magically. So, trying to find other ways to deal with it, and I'm getting there. And I'm going to be using some items off of this list as well. I already have been doing some. That's where a lot of them came from. But you don't want to attract negativity. The day after I got out of work, I got extremely upset, and I had to go up to Walgreens to get my daughter's medicine. Had a car wreck. I knew I was going to have a car wreck. When I left the house, I told my husband, I said, hope I don't get into a wreck. My hands are shaking. I'm so upset I can barely drive. And I hadn't slept in probably 2 or 3 nights, which y'all know I don't sleep hardly anyway, but it was really bad at that point. And I've lost a lot of weight, almost 100 pounds. And sure enough, called him and said, guess what? He said, what, you had a wreck? I said, yep. Even though it was a fender bender, it's still a pain in the ass. But it's because I feel so negative inside because I'm so sad. So guys, witches, cheer yourselves up. Find a way to make yourself happy. Find a way to make yourself happy. Just try these things. I will do an example of the glamour. Not a glamour spell, because I've done an example of how to do something like that before. But I will do a self-love spell for you. I may have done one before, but I have a really good one that I did on myself the other day, and it helped a lot. And I do have a new box that I'll reveal tomorrow as well. That is a self-love box that you could use to actually do the spell. So anyway, I think that's it. Other things that can make you happy, junk food. I know we're not supposed to eat a lot of sugar, and we're supposed to keep our bodies a certain way so we can be as magical as possible. But every now and then we need, a big bowl of ice cream or some cookies or some cookies and milk or apple pie or whatever you like, or some wine, whatever, some marijuana. Whatever you need, do it. Just get yourself happy. Get yourself happy. Get yourself happy. And if you can get to the beach and get into the ocean, That's really good. I'm definitely going to link that sea witching video. I really want you to watch it. I got a lot of good ideas for the beach, and I hope a lot of you are headed there soon. So anyway, that's all I have, witches, and blessed be. I'll see you soon with a video and a box reveal and a curse update. It's going to be a while for the curse update, though. It was pretty strong. I might talk a little bit about it more once the candles go out. All right, guys. Blessed be.